Even if you don't have the money, come and talk to us. But some of you come and use abusive language, attacks, because somebody said don't pay. And that person is also vying for SRC president, and now is telling us that, oh, President, I want to pay my dues, but don't bring my situation out, or don't bring my attacks to you out. And you expect me to be keeping quiet on that? Hell no, it won't happen.
Good morning, fellow students of Knatsford. Today, we are here with
Francis Eric Donko, the SRC president of Knatsford University College.
All right. So today we are here to solve all your questions. We are here to provide solutions to all your questions. So the first question I will be asking the SRC president is, why do we need to pay dues as students of this school?
In every institution or an organization, let's even take the corporate world. This is a school, and we are all affiliated to Legon, the mother school, that's University of Ghana. Dues are paid on request by University of Ghana. So it is not within the private institution not to pay any dues. And some of the dues is the SRC dues we are talking about. I have here in my hand your admission letter. If you can zoom in. The admission letter is with me here. And we have about 11 items, which most of you students don't know what is in there. All you know is you have been given admission or offered an admission to Knatsford University, but you don't know what is in there. Now, let me read clause 7. It says SRC dues of 100 cedis will be paid at the account office. Now, if you go there and you pay your SRC dues, we are called for us to take the money to run the SRC office. A 30% or 35% is given back to the students, which we use in printing or giving you items like souvenirs. So it depends on the president at that time, who can then, in his wildest mind, say that, okay, I would go in for a souvenir of a mug, a souvenir of a t-shirt, a souvenir of a Lacoste, a souvenir of a pen drive or books, and so on and so forth. Now, a souvenir of a Lacoste is now costing 90 Ghana cedis. Take 90 out of 100 cedis. How much is left? 10 Ghana. Can 10 cedis run the office? No. So we are trying all possible best to make sure that we also come to your doorstep when we are organizing Glovember. Glovember simply means students who are exiting. We need to show appreciation of they being part of the school. And the current students who also matriculate are supposed to also have some kind of entertainment. And it's part of the extra curriculum activities, which is about 70% of the school's requirement. And 30% is the academics. Can you learn without any entertainment? Can you learn without any, like we said, we have an adage says, all work and not play, make Jacks a dull boy. We pay the 100 cedis to, shall I say, meet the requirements of University of Ghana. Yesterday, UPSA was here and we were asking how much they pay for SRC dues. And they are like, hey, in UPSA, if you don't pay for SRC, you can't even go to the examination hall. They won't even allow you to come. So SRC is a body that is autonomous, that needs to regulate some of these issues. And we are paying this amount or this money for us to, shall I say, give us encouragement to also serve you. These 100 cedis do not go into the individual pocket. It goes into organized symposia, workshop, all these things for 100 cedis. That is why we pay semester by semester. When you take the constitution, the SRC constitution, chapter 1, clause 1, article 1, clause 1, A, B, C, D, it spells it out there. How many of you have even taken the chance to read the SRC constitution? You know nothing. That's why I'm saying that we are supposed to provide you all these things, but because you fail to pay, you would have your ways of lying to SRC and you tell us you have paid. And somebody would authorize a permit for you. You would run through the system. At the end of every 4 years, you would have to come and clear yourself, and that's where we then get you. Pay everything before we allow you to go. But because we are students, we sometimes give favoritism, and these favors come in the discretion of the SRC president or the treasurer. By so doing, we are not saying we are giving you a leeway to pass through the system, but you are supposed to pay because it's a requirement. At the end of the day, I have to be accountable to the students, accountable to administration, and accountable to even the alumni, so that when they are also bringing in support, they know that, oh, we are capable of collecting dues to support a cause. But if we fail to pay, What do you expect me to do? There's nothing I can do. So indirectly, I would keep quiet as if nothing is happening. But after you have finished your curriculum activities, that is finished all the 4 years, you come back and clear yourself. And the one who has succeeded from me will take his money at due cost. Other than that, you cannot have your certificate. So we pay the SRC so that you have a free range of movement within campus. There are some places, if you don't pay your SRC, or you don't even pay your school fees, you don't qualify to enter. Example is the examination hall. When a problem, you are besieged with a problem, we will not come to your age. Death is inevitable. It will always occur. SRC will have to be there. We have engagement, outdooring, wedding, and we have mature students in our midst. Definitely somebody will be, engaged in such activities. We have to be there. But you are the same people if you don't attend, and SRC did not attend our program. They don't even care about us. Have you met our requirement for us to also meet your demands? Do you? So indirectly, we are telling you that pay your SRC dues, and we are a family. Even if you don't have the money, come and talk to us. But some of you come and use abusive language, attacks, because somebody said don't pay. And that person is also vying for SRC president, and now is telling us that, oh, President, I want to pay my dues, but don't bring my situation out, or don't bring my attacks to you out. And you expect me to be keeping quiet on that? Hell no, it won't happen. So I will encourage each and every student that henceforth, even if you have a 20 cedis or 10 cedis, come and pay down payment. As the semester is, we are running through a semester, within the period of 4 months, you can pay in installment. Within 4 months, you have paid your 100 Ghana cedi. Even if you want to pay ahead, or you want to take it to the next academic year or next semester, we are here, we are human beings. Laws are made for human beings. It is the same human beings that would amend the law. So I wouldn't want to be so strict and make things very hard and tedious for you. So please, let us, meet ourselves in a, let's say, the convivial way that will help the cause of the school. Thank you very much.
All right. That was from the president of the SRC. I think he has also answered our second question as to why we need an SRC permit to enter the examination hall. It's so that if any problem arises, the SRC can come to our aid. But we can't expect that we will not pay, and then when something happens, and then we'll call the SRC to come and help us now. So that is why we also need to have the SRC permit to be able to enter the examination hall.
You see, to go to the account office, they are all looking for me. One way or the other, one has not met his full payment of school fees. It is this same SRC that would go and intervene. And you just, when you finish, walk me down and we take the camera to just take a view of what it is. But they are like, it is of their right. They've paid half, therefore. But the school also has its rules and regulations. There are structures. And in here, it says that a student who decides to withdraw from the university will be entitled to a refund of a certain amount. And if you can't pay your school fees, there's a 50% you can allow, so that you continue with the academic calendar. When you are in the middle of maybe exam, IA or writing exams, we can allow another 25%, then examination another 25%. Then you meet all the 100%. You walk me down and you see what will happen there. I need to go and intercede and plead for people. Is it not the same strength I use this in the SRC office with this same 100 cedis to run the administration, to go and intercede? So it's not everything I can also bring it out to bear. There are certain things I need to keep in camera. So please, let us all help the cause for NATFA to be the Uriah University of Africa. Thank you. Yes, to meet their full payment of school fees.
I can't be if you do if you know. You know say I know cause I be the go. Come and my villa make a service. Now I go by life, yeah, go out, I give you paper. They no go me, yeah, go loud, no Maradona, why? Say if I lap job, so it's never shaka. In your back, keep it on your head, oh. I no go follow your case, go away. Sabele get face,
My head you on the scatter. When I call you up to radar, tell my man then call me later. When my money done they enter, I no go like to hear your matter. Say I'm continental. It's too much.
Inside there, what I was talking about. So it's not about 100 cities we are fighting with you. When you pay the dues, it goes a long way for us to support some of the students. You know, some cases are very legitimate. Times are hard. You can't get all the money from the house. So when you pay the dues and there's a support, I will not tell whatever you discuss with me is confidential. I can't bring somebody's problem and tell another person, a student, that, oh, when he came, I took 10,000 for a school fees. I know how to go and talk to them. And there'll be, should I say, a financial support. There's a payment plan. The moment we open school, just come and tell us how much you have. Then we will run you through the payment plan. So even if a month you have 500 cedis, bring it. Within 4 months, you have paid 2,000. I can then intervene and say that, oh, let's select 1,000 for a student. So allow the person to go to the next semester, we add 1,000. You won't come. But when it's time, then you come. Presido, can you go? Meanwhile, you have not also met my 100 cedis. How do you expect me to come and help? How? Brother, tell me the truth. Yeah. Then if I tell you don't write exam, we are denying you from the school fees itself. So now the SRC comes in. So we are not denying you not to write. You have not paid the full fees for us to also give you permit. That means you cannot even pass through this school. You don't even have to go to lectures. But we do what? We close an eye and we give favors. And these favors, it seems you people don't want it again. So we are going to shut the favors on you. Now when you come, pay the school fees before you enter the school. When you get here, to pay the SRC before you get there. We don't want to be so straight, but we are pushing us to do, but still we are humans. I would say, we are human beings and I will work with humans, and I want us to reason as human beings. Don't let us go to the extreme whereby somebody will say he hates me or he doesn't like me or somebody doesn't want to know. That's not how we are. Let us have that love that we have on campus so that we move this school, as I said, the Royal University of Africa.
Tell me where you've been, love. Tell me where you've been, love. Oh no. Tell me where you've been, 'cause I've been lonely. And tell me where to go, 'cause I've been stalling. Oh, tell me where you've been, love.
I was president on the ground about the issue with the SRC dues and the other value about no SRC permit, no examination. So we are here to elaborate more on the issues as students of this institution. So what is our intake on what's going on the ground right now?
I feel like the president has said everything, and it's like why we pay the 100 cedis, why the SRC dues are important, and why the SRC permit is important. Like he has elaborated on basically everything, because he explained what the 100 cedis is used for and why we have to pay the 100 cedis. Understand? For example, like the SRC week that just passed, that was the money they used to organize the whole thing. You understand? And then we also followed into the accounts office and we saw how like some of the students' issues are being solved because of, you understand? So I feel like the SRC dues is an important part of the school because they are, aside the school's administration, they are like another embodiment in the school.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So I think that's where people get it wrong. Like it says it in this name, it's a student representative council. So they are there to what? Represent us, the students. Some students are saying that they are not seeing what the SRC is doing with the money or the 100 cedis that they are paying for. They are not seeing the input in the school. But if you don't come for activities like SRC week, how are you going to see how your money is being put to good use? Do you understand? You've paid for it, and then now you have the right to come to it. We have done a program for you, and you say you're not sure. But then later on, you come and complain that the SRC is doing this, the SRC is doing that. And then these same students, like the president was saying, these same students will come and backbite or talk, in a rude or harsh way to him. And then after that, they will come and ask him for help during the time of examination when they have not paid their dues, their fees. And then he'll be there, trying to calm issues down and trying to get them, find a way for them to write their exams. I think most people are not saying what, the inputs that the SRC is actually given. Do you understand? It's not like, we are not saying that, they should go and work for us or anything like that. But then they are doing it out of their will. Because I'm sure this time like this, I'm sure, judging by the people that went to just pay their SRC dues, I'm sure not a lot of people paid their SRC dues. So you can imagine how the SRC was able to host events like the Jam, the SRC Week and all those things. You could tell that, it came from their own pockets. Or maybe they had their coffers down that they were paying their own dues and things like that. But then you could tell that money came from their own pockets. Now that people are going to pay for SRC payments, now that people are going to pay their 100 cedis for SRC payment and things like that. So you can see that it's also frustrating them because it's not like they want to be bad to us, but then they are trying to help. By that trying to help, the people insult them and then people treat them in a way that should not be treated. Do you understand? Because even on the SRC platforms and then the NATSFORD platform, you can see when the SRC brings forth an issue, you can see how people respond to the SRC. Do you get it? And I don't think that in our homes we're taught to, talk to people of higher power in that type of way. Do you understand? I think the freeness between the SRC and then the students have been it has become too much. That's why students feel the need that they can walk out of the SRC office, bang the door and things like that and talk to the people in the SRC office anyhow that they want to. But I think we have to look on this issue and dwell on it more so that the students will understand that they are there for us. They are helping us. But in order for them to help us, we also have to what? Help them. Do you understand? That's by paying that 100 Ghana.
Because it is the 100 cedis that runs the office.
Exactly.
And without the 100 cedis, the SRC will not be there.
It wouldn't be there.
Because if it is something that concerns us, the school fees you are paying is for your lectures, your examinations and things. But other activities like extracurricular activities, it is the SRC that takes care of it. You understand? And they can't go to their school to go and take money to organize activities for us. That's why they make us pay 100 cedis every semester. 100 cedis is no money.
Exactly.
So I don't see why people should complain when they say no SRC permit.
No examination. I mean, it's a rule that is there. I mean, President even said, UPSA, if you don't pay your SRC fees, you are not even allowed to enter the examination hall. And we know how UPSA is a really, it's a kind of strict school. So these things, they really take it into matter. So why would they want something different to be done? We're not saying that we are copying the school, but it's a tradition that has been held down for a very long time. And we are affiliated to a school. It's not like we are a school on its own.
So most of the rules
are coming from the Legon. Do you understand? So now, if you are under somebody, even as a child, if you're under your parents, and then you bite the hand that feeds you, what happens? Do you understand? So we have to understand that it's a school that is building. It's building on to stand on its own. So if at this current stage in time we cannot support the school, there's no need for the school. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Do you understand? And you can't tell me 100 cedis is enough. Most of the girls come here with different wig every single day.
Aside that, there are some schools that pay 500 cedis SRC dues. SM.
So 100 cedis, you can't just promote 100 cedis and pay SRC.
Now, I feel like they don't get the idea of why the 100 cedis paying is not the problem. The problem is, okay, fine, in a way it boils down to the 100 cedis. Exactly. Because they are saying, why can't I write exam if I don't have permit? You are not getting the permit because you've not paid your SRC dues. Do you understand? And it is the SRC dues that is running the SRC office. You come to school every day. If you have an issue, you go to the SRC. And then they go to the school.
Exactly.
Do you understand? And that office has to run. And it is the 100 cedis. Even when you pay the 100 cedis, they give you souvenirs. They give you a mug.
And
they give you a book.
other things.
They give you a pen. One book is like 20 CDs. Pen is like 5 CDs. The mark should be like 20 CDs. Already 50 CDs has left the
Has left the
CDs.
money. So now it's left with 50 CDs. So imagine if in the school of let's say like we are approximately 3,000, and then let's say only 1,000 have paid. Okay, let me say 500 people have paid their SRC bills. How do you expect the SRC office to operate upon that 500 times what? 5,000 Ghana cedis? A household cannot even operate on 5,000 Ghana cedis. A household, not to talk of a school, just a household.
So you see when our sister school organized their SRC week, everybody was like, with their SRC week, they go on.
Mm-hmm.
We can do the same thing. Do you understand? Just that we are not paying the 100 CDs
It's not
for
even
it to
about
motivate.
paying the 100 CDs spent. It's about the involvement. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. There were this group of girls that really marveled me when, especially at the jams. The girls' name, Aisha and her people. Like they came and then they signed their mind that they are coming to have fun.
They made use of their 100 CDs.
So they made use of their 100 CDs. So you could see that during the jams or the party, they were really dancing and then they were like having fun. Other people were just standing around the wall, like they were just standing across, like against the wall.
Somebody even come.
Exactly. And then after that, you come and see that your 100 CDs, you are not seeing what it's being used for. Do you understand? The drink that they were selling that day
Was for free.
was for free. You don't know how much, even Jack Daniels, the bottle, you don't know how much it cost.
See the water.
The water alone, the amount of water they brought, you didn't know how much it cost. One bottle of liquor can go to like 10,000 Ghana cedis. So where are they getting the money to pay for all those drinks and then pay a DJ sound system?
Sound system, like 5,000.
5,000 will come in, and then you see why are they getting all that money to do these things when you are not paying your bills? You understand? So they are trying to they are putting their all in for the students, and then the students are just there complaining.
So I just think it is like miscommunication. You understand? The students don't understand why they have to pay, and the SRC2 is not explaining to the students why they have to pay.
No, so I don't think that we should. The SRC should go and stand at the front there and start explaining why. You see, when you have a problem, what do? You go and seek. You go and look for a solution. You go and seek to find a problem, a solution to your problem. The SRC office is always open. Nobody said you can't come. So it is written in your admission letter that you have to pay 100 CDs.
Yeah, like the guy who posted in the group that said the SRC should be careful about the SRC, no SRC permit, no exam, that it can have legal something.
Legal
I don't. It is in your admission
It's
letter.
in your admission letter. So
So
if
if you
anything,
didn't
if you
read
go
it,
to the court of law,
the school win.
The school win. It will
Because
be
it
your
was,
fault.
it was in the admission letter.
So if you know you didn't want to pay, then you shouldn't have come to the school. You shouldn't have come to the school. But our generation, we are so ignorant to the fact that, like President said, they will get admission letter. All we see is that we are getting admission to the school. We fail to read all the other 11 points that have been stated under the admission. Do you understand? And it's even stated there that some of your money can be refunded to you if you leave
The school fees.
The school fees. And I think President was even helping us understand that when we even pay the 100 CDs, some of it is taken to the school. About 30% is taken to the school. So imagine that you've paid 100 CDs and then 50 CDs is gone for the souvenirs.
It's level 50 CDs.
It is level 50 CDs.
30%
Now they are
50
taking
CDs.
30% of that 50 CDs
That's
to go and give it
20
to the school. What money are they even using? What money are they using? Do you understand? So people make it look like the SIS is trying to steal money from the student. But all they are trying to do is that they are trying to make the passageway between the students and then the school body easier. Do you understand? Because I don't think the SRC can walk up to the dean and then talk about something that is happening to the students without showing for that they are working. Do you understand? And then the only way they can show for it that they are working is by the activities that they put up and certain things. And all those things boils down to the fact that we have to pay the 100 CDs. Do you understand? Because when President went to the administration,
And you could see, say, he was there for some of the students.
you could see that he was there for some of the students.
Some of the students have not paid. Probably they paid some. It is very some.
And then they are
you
not
know that
allowing them to
write the exam. Right now, he has come to your aid.
He has come to your aid, and then he's serving as a middleman.
So imagine he's helping you, and you have to help him. All you have to do is pay 100 cedis for your SRC dues, and you're not paying.
And you are not paying.
What will motivate him to come and help you?
Exactly. And it's not even about the motivation. How can he go to the board of trustees and talk to them about your case? You understand? He can't. There's nothing backing his case. Do you understand? So all they are asking is that pay their 100 cedis. So now the only way I'm seeing this as if the only way they can enforce that law is that when you don't pay it, you don't have to write exams.
Yeah,
Do you understand? Because how are they able to get them?
How would they get it if they allow you to write the exam?
How would
we
they
all
get
came here to come and study, write exam.
Exactly.
So if you don't pay and then you keep on writing exam, how are you sure said you will get that money?
Exactly. And some of these things also come into play. Like, in the exam hall like this, I'm sure we'll need fans, we'll need chairs, proper chairs and things like that, to sit on and write. But if you're not paying your 100 cedis, how can you go to complain to the student representative council? And something I saw today really shocked me. I was standing in front of the SRC office, you were there with me, and then some girl just walked out. And she was angry. And then she found the bag, walked out of the SRC office. And how can you tell me this? And then she was going. And I think they were even calling her back, and then she didn't mind them.
Because of the 100 cedis.
That's not respect. That's not respect.
I feel like people don't really put themselves like in the
shoes.
executive shoes.
Exactly.
Because imagine you are the SRC president and then someone disrespects you like that. Do you know what it takes to become an SRC president?
It's a whole lot.
Or even an SRC executive. Your grades have to be good.
Your grades have to be good.
Yeah.
So it's not like they are standing there and they are playing. They've shown for it, said that they deserve the position. Do you
And the
understand?
forms self are not cheap.
The forms have not cheap.
Yeah, so I can't.
They've paid for it.
You understand?
And now they are working. So you can't come and bang a door with me. It's not like I'm having an ego of the position that I'm saying, but you can't do it. I have earned the position that I'm sitting at, like the position that I have right now. I've earned it. And sometimes you enter the SRC office and you see that, like, the vibe is not really there. Do you understand? Because they are trying to do something, and it's like, sometimes when you are really tired, and then you have to, but you know that you have to do something, but you also know that you are very tired, and then it's like you are forcing yourself to like get up and go and do that thing. I think that's where the SRC has reached right now.
Like the students are making it stressful for them. Like they are making their work, like their work as SRC very difficult.
Very, very difficult.
Because imagine going around, for example, the SRC week. Imagine going around to beg people to come for an activity.
Why should that be the case? It's your school. Do you understand? And you have to show up for your school. No matter what, you have to show up for your school. Look at how I was watching at Chelsea Academic City Lagos.
See how the SRC.
Look at how the SRC Lagos. And then I'm not saying that's what we are not DBs. Do you understand?
DBs there.
There are a lot of DBs in this school. Do you get it? But I was watching a Chelsea like this, the SRC week, and then people are wearing sackcloth, and then they were wearing wrappers and
Everybody was
things.
involved.
Like they were making themselves look mad, and then they were making the SRC week jump. But if you ask somebody, if you ask some of our students to do that, you know where it's going to end
No
up.
involvement.
There's no involvement, but then after that they want something to be done. It's yourself. Show forth that you want something to be done by involving yourself in their activities. Do you understand? When you don't involve yourself, how can they do what you want them to do? Do you get it? We are not saying that we are perfect, that we pay SRC, we've paid our SRC, we have a payment, like we don't have any problem or anything. We are not saying that we are perfect.
We just know what is right.
We just know what is right, like you're saying. And I know that everybody knows what is right and what is wrong. You can't say that.
So I feel like, some of these people who say, because someone who has paid his SRC dues should not come and say that, I don't see the reason why.
Exactly.
I feel like those who are not able to pay, if you can't pay, that's what the president said.
Yes.
If you can't pay, come and see him and say, oh, President, this and, or not even the president, any of the SRC
Any of the
executives,
SRC executives.
oh, this and this and this happened, so I will not be able to pay my SRC dues.
I think we are just really taking everything for granted. 100%.
To the extent of some people insulting SRC executives and stuff. So imagine you were the people insulting, they should put themselves in the SRC shoes.
Exactly.
Imagine you in a position like that, and then someone just insults you just because you feel say he has the right to insult you. Nobody will do anything.
Nobody will do anything.
So I feel like all this, like, it's just miscommunication. You understand? It's not like the students are angry. They don't just understand why they will have to pay school fees, and then the SRC will feel like they can stop them from writing the exam even when they've paid their school fees. You understand? So now it has been explained. Say the SRC dues is part of your life in Hartford. You understand? Without it, it is like you're not part of Hartford.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary. We all have different school fees that we pay, but the SRC dues is also part of like the admission. Even your admission letter, you see it there. There's an account number for you to pay the SRC dues. So it is part of like the whole admission process and your life in Hartford. Imagine you don't pay SRC dues and then something goes to happen to you outside. How will the SRC come and intervene for you?
Exactly.
Or you've not paid the SRC dues, and then probably you've not paid all your school fees. It is time for exam, and then you are seeking favor from the executive to go and talk to the administration for it. How will they come back?
I think this thing is people acting like it's something new. Every organization has a coffers where money is being put, let's say monthly or even annual days. Do you understand? So it is there. It's for the welfare, and then it's for the welfare of the employers and then the employees. Do you understand? So that if something happens at your stay at the work, we can what? Help you with it. Do you understand? Like if you are working and you are going to get married, you are working in an institution and you are going to get married, obviously the institution will take some money that they have in their coffers to what? Support you with what? Your wedding. So it's the same thing here. If you're in the school, you're probably going to get married. That's actually will not just sit down and watch it happen and then they will not do anything about it. They will find a way to put their money in it. I think we've said a lot. The president has also said a lot. So I think we're just pleading with everybody. Let's understand each other and let's help each other to do each and everyone's way. You understand? It's in the letter. It's in your admission letter. Pay 100 cedis. So when it comes time for your payment, don't come and start asking why should I pay 100 cedis or why I should not be allowed to write my exam if I don't have the SRC permit. If that was the case, they shouldn't have added the 100 cedis in the admission letter. Do you get it? They should have made it voluntary. Do you understand? But it's in the admission letter that you have to pay it. You understand? And then the only way I see that the SRC can enforce this law is by bringing it to your examination, because your examination is important. If you don't pay, if you don't write your exam, how are you going to move on? Do you understand? So I think we should just understand each other and do what needs to be done. Do the right thing so that it will benefit all of us, all of our tomorrows. Do you get it? Because maybe you never know. You also try, maybe right now you feel like you don't want to be an executive, but in the future, you will say that, maybe your mind will change, or you change your mind and be like, right now I want to run for SRC president or something. This is the background that you are living. This is the reputation that you are living. So, as much as we are doing things, we should also think about how it would be if we were in their shoes. Do you understand? So that is for today's casual talk show, guys. We hope you have a great time, and then we'll see you next Friday at 6 p.m.
I cannot play with her. I say, wait,